Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So, topic that we will discuss today it is the effects of water pollutants. So, basically, there are many types of water pollutants. Likewise, we have already learned about this. The water pollutants from the agriculture waste and the water pollutants from the industrial waste and the water pollutant from household or from the domestic waste. When all these waste from agriculture industries and domestic household waste are adding up in the water, they are making the water as a polluted substance. Now that polluted water is not only just disturbing the human beings or the people, it also disturb the animals, it disturbs the plants, it disturbs the fishes, and it disturbs the birds. So all the living organisms get disturbed by the polluted water. So when we have a polluted water, it is basically unfit for the drinking purpose. It is unfit for the agriculture and it is also unsuitable for the industries. So more seriously, when we have a look on the contaminated water, it destroys the aquatic life as well. And when it destroys the aquatic life, then it just reduces their ability of reproductivity. In turn, the many of the species just become endangered due to the water pollution. So the individuals must help to minimize the water pollution in one way or other way. And here we have the major effects of the water pollutants. The number one, it may cause the infectious diseases. Number two, it may cause the nutritional or the nutrient pollution. Then third one effect is it may cause the chemical contamination, and the last one it has the thermal water pollution. So all these are the major effects of the water pollutants. So we will discuss these effects one by one here. The first one is infectious diseases. When there is a water pollution, it is the major cause of the many infectious diseases in the human beings. And what type of these diseases can be? It be a cholera, it may be a botulism, it may be the diarrhea, it may be leptospirosis, it may be a typhoid fever, and it may be a giardia. All these are the basic problems or the infectious diseases that just because of the polluted water. So we must make the water pollution less by different methods in one way or another way. So that's why we may be able to be prevented from all these diseases. And the second is the nutrient pollution. Now, what does mean by the nutrient pollution? Basically, it is the form of water pollution. In this process, large amount of nutrients that are present in the earth surface. What are these? Basically, there is a presence of nitrogen, there is a presence of phosphorus, and many nitrates are present. And when there is a run of water, these nutrients just go away with the water from the agriculture fields, or this is known as the weathering of the rocks. And they become the part of water and cause the weathering of rocks. This process is basically known as the eutrophication. Nutrients that are present in nitrogen and phosphorus. Here we have the sediments from and the block the sunlights that do not allow the sunlight to pass through. Here we have the sedgy grass from the downward. There are many different phytoplanktons that started to grow Here we have the passage of the oxygen. Here we have the algal or algae bloom. Here we have the algae that started to die and they started to decay and settle down at the bottom. What does happen? There is a loss of food, habitat, and the oxygen production. This is known as the eutrophication. This is known as the nutrient pollution. So, the enrichment of the nutrients in the water bodies, when these water contain nitrogen and phosphorus nitrates, they are now rich in the water bodies. This is known as eutrophication, and these excessive amount of nutrients just create the different types of problems. Now, what is the problem? This is the extra growth of the algae. Dissolved oxygen will be less in the water, and this in run can kill the fish because they will have problem in the process of respiration as well, and they may be die. So all that is just because of the water pollutants. The third one major cause we have is known as chemical contamination. So the major effects of the chemical contamination are the use of the pesticides in the crops. It may affect or damage the life in one way as it cause the damaging of the nervous system. It can cause the damage to the liver. It can cause the damage to the endocrine system or endocrine glands. It can cause the damage to the DNA as well. So all the contaminated water from the industries and the agriculture, when it get added in the water get polluted, as all these are the waste that are adding up into the water bodies, and it affect the human beings by damaging their nervous system, liver, endocrine glands, DNA, as well as their reproductive system. So the water that we are going to use, it must be clear. On the other hand, the other things from the industries like the oil and the different petrochemicals, they can also alter the ecology of the aquatic habitats. They can alter the ecology. The eco is related to the environment. The other study of the environment is basically known as the ecology. It can also the different causes like the gastrointestinal irritation in the human beings. It cause gastrointestinal disease in the human beings, or this is known as the irritation that may lead to the kidney failure, and this is the major cause that just happened to the human beings. On the other hand, this water also contains different types of chemicals like it contain mercury, it may contain lead. So all these are added up into the water and they polluted the water, and it may affect the different human beings. Like if we are having the mercury in the water, it may cause the disease that is known as Parkinson's disease. The disease is known as Parkinson's disease, or it may cause Alzheimer disease. Both these are just because of the mercury present in the water. And the fourth one, which is known as the thermal waste pollution. So basically, when the hot water is present and it just released from the industries to the become the part of the environment. Now, what just happened? This hot water affects the aquatic life because the hot water just decreases the solubility of oxygen in the water. And when there is less oxygen, now the fishes and the other aquatic animals will feel a difficult or a hot day because they can not be able to survive because there are many aquatic animals that are young and they cannot survive in water when the temperature is above 30 degrees Celsius, and in turn they will die. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understand, and if you have any queries, you may ask me about that in the comment section and I will get back to you guys soon. The next topic that we will discuss it is the composition of the water. For that time you guys keep learning and have a good day.